Chandrika Prasad Šrívastava was born in 1920 into a landowning family in northern India. The tragic death of his parents at an early age forged a strength of character, depth and determination that he was to reveal in abundance later in life. He met and married Nirmala Selve in 1947. Her parents had been deeply involved in the struggle for Indian independence, and Nirmala herself was a political activist. As a child, she had spent time living at Mahatma Gandhi's ashram. With their marriage, CP Šrívastava and Nirmala began a dedicated partnership with a lifelong admiration and respect for each other's convictions and work. So CP chose a career which allowed him to remain in India. He joined the Indian Administrative Service, thus beginning his distinguished career. In 1961, he was appointed Managing Director of a public sector company, the fledgling Shipping Corporation of India. The Prime Minister was immediately impressed by this tall, articulate young officer who came with such a formidable reputation for integrity and capability.
The period that I spent with him was probably the most elevating period of my life. And I was with him till the very last day of his life, when he died in Tashkent.
In 1974, he was elected Secretary General of the United Nations International Maritime Organization based in London. He was unanimously re-elected for a further 3 terms, serving a total of 16 years. In 1989, he announced his retirement, which was received with great regret by the United Nations. Worldwide, he has received 31 of the highest honours and awards in recognition for his tireless service and outstanding attributes. He was also the founding Chancellor Emeritus of the World Maritime University, conceived and established by him in 1983 under the auspices of the International Maritime Organization, thus ensuring that all developing countries were able to participate actively in the work of the IMO, which until then had relied largely on the expertise of developed maritime states. Despite being honoured by royalty, Sir CP remains an extremely humble, gentle man. In July 1990, the Queen of England gave him one of her country's highest awards, Knight Commander of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, making him the first Indian to be knighted since independence. Sir CP Šrívastava has published several books, including Lal Bahadur Shastri, A Life of Truth in Politics, and provides an inspirational model of an ideal politician. The book was launched in Sydney in 1995.
And I find that people here have a feeling for people of India and people for developing countries. They understand their problems. So I said, if we step out of India, where else? Let's go to Australia and begin there, where the people are absolutely wonderful and full of understanding.
While your text salutes the great Prime Minister, you can take great pride in your own role, your personal contribution to these great achievements. The book, ladies and gentlemen, is now officially launched.
In November 2005, Sir CP was awarded the 6th Lal Bahadur Shastri National Award for Excellence in Public Administration, Academies and Management, which was presented to him by the President of India in a special ceremony.
On this momentous occasion, when the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Award has been conferred upon me before this distinguished assembly by the President of India himself, who, like Shastriji, is a visionary and globally renowned for his ethics, integrity and righteousness. I bow down to him in deep reverence and with feelings of abiding gratitude. For me, sir, this will be the most memorable moment of my entire public service career in my life.
Throughout his career, Sir CP's ability to draw differing parties to the same table and through persuasion, diplomacy and negotiation to reach agreement has gained for him lifelong respect and admiration.
Before concluding, I seek your permission to acknowledge the enormous debt of gratitude which I owe to my wife Nirmala, who is here, without whose mighty support all these 58 years that we have been married, and without the loving care of our daughters Kalpana and Sadhana, who both are here, I could not have been standing before you today. I am now 85 years old, and whatever still remains of my life is being devoted to working with Nirmala, who has, over the preceding 35 years, worked ceaselessly for the creation of a new society based on the essential unity of all religions, and who upholds the same ethical and moral values that Sri Shastriji steadfastly stood for.
While mixing in the most powerful diplomatic circles, he always supported her work to transform human beings using Sahadža yoga techniques. Now, in his retirement, he has continued to travel the world with her, promoting and encouraging the advancement of this great movement which connects people to their own inner spiritual energy and gives them the ability to transform themselves regardless of creed, culture, race or religion. A glance at Sir CP's life reveals a portrait of a living legend. Over his many years he has worked tirelessly alongside Šrí Mátadží in his own area of diplomacy to transform humanity and bring freedom, hope and enlightenment to the world.
Yeah.
organa. Possible? She said that to support what I am. It's a very special request. Normally she doesn't say it. Any song that you like. Very, very much. Thank you. Wonderful. Beautiful music, very elevated.
Judy, from about half all of us, very happy wedding anniversary. And we have a small gift, something we hope you'll like.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being
Thank
with
you
us.
so much. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you from my husband and me. And thank you to Philip,
Hold on.
who's created it.
You see somewhere.
Thank you to all the Sahajis present here and not present here. And lots and lots and lots of love. Thank you very much.
35th wedding anniversary today. Mary.
Congratulations, many, many happy returns.
Thank you.
She wore a langa for your wedding.
distinguished guests, it's a great honor and privilege for all of us present here this evening to be graced by the presence of Her Holiness Šrí Mátadží Nirmala Devi and Sir CP Šrívastava on this historic occasion of celebrating 25 years of Sahaja Yoga meditation in Australia.
In the history of humanity, there appear revolutionary figures who shape and mold human destiny forever. Her Holiness Šrí Mátadží is one of such a formidable and a great personality. Šrí Mátadží has devoted her life to the ongoing process of human transformation through Sahaj Yoga meditation, and thereby has given birth to a new spiritual age. Through her historic method of mass self-realization, she has empowered people en masse to achieve a peaceful state of balance, well-being, and self-knowledge effortlessly and spontaneously. She has connected people through her endless compassion and love, creating the universal family that speaks only the language of love. Her Holiness Šrí Mátadží has been tirelessly traveling the world for 35 years, transforming the lives of millions of seekers of truth. Through the process of self-realization, one feels the truth of God's existence. Such a divine personality existing on this earth is unprecedented in human history. Her Holiness Šrí Mátadží, in her compassion for mankind, opened the seventh center within the subtle system to enable seekers throughout the world to receive their self-realization or second birth. I am unable to express in words her amazing achievements and her unique contribution to the emancipations of humanity. Thank you very much, Mother.
Šrí Mátadží has traveled around the globe since 1970, spreading her message of love, peace and harmony. At this stage of her life, she still travels, but gives her blessings not with spoken words, but in silence by her holy presence. She spends most of her time in meditation, so I would request you all to just sit back and enjoy her presence in divine bliss. Thank you. So all of us gather here this evening to felicitate this remarkable spiritual personality, Her Holiness Šrí Mátadží and this great noble statesman, Sir CP Šrívastava. So Sir CP and Her Holiness Šrí Mátadží, on behalf of all of us, please kindly accept our humble felicitations.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, dear Sahajogis and Sahajoginis, it's an occasion when it becomes difficult to express your feelings. What a marvelous occasion it is. And first of all, I'd like to thank you all very, very much. I know how preoccupied you are, how precious is your time, very precious, and still you have been able to give some of that precious time to us, to be here. Therefore, allow me once again to bow down to you and to thank you profusely. I want also to invite your attention to the fact that this time we are celebrating 25 years of Sahaj Yoga in Australia. And what a wonderful occasion that is will be evident from the fact that I tell you that only about 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago, the Sahaj Yogis and Yoginis of Australia invited us to be here for this 25th anniversary, and their Holy Mother accepted. And once she accepted, then they got busy trying to find a place for her stay. And please believe me, ladies and gentlemen, in 6 weeks' time, they have transformed this house from what it was into the heaven that you see here today. Look at the beauty of it all. Now, who could have done that? Only those who are absolutely, truly devoted and dedicated to an ideal. And the ideal is represented by the lady who is sitting here. How is it that she started this movement of Sahaj Yoga? And what has been, if any, what has been my role in it? After we got married, we had 2 children. When they grew up, she told me that she wanted to serve humanity. I said, very good, but don't forget you have 2 children also. So look after them. I'm a very busy person in office. She said, okay, take care of the children. And when they grew up, while they were growing up, she devoted herself to social causes in India, like the poor, some homes, and so on. And that kept her busy. But when they grew up and they got married, then one day she comes around and says, now, time has come for me to do what I want to do. I said, what is it? She said, well, I now want to serve the humanity. I said, well, what do you intend to do? She said, well, what I want to do is to help create a good human society in which everyone will feel that he or she belongs to one human family, regardless of color of skin, regardless of language they speak, regardless of religion, one human family. I said, jolly good idea, how are we going to do it in a world which is so divided? She said, no, there's only one Almighty, and we are all children of that Almighty. Now, if you accept, she said, that we are children of Almighty God, there can't be 2 Almighty by definition. No matter what name you give, the power is one, that Almighty power. And we are the children of that. So I want to promote this idea among human beings that we are all children of one Almighty God. We are all brothers and sisters. Let us live together. Let us lead a nice life, a decent life, an ethical life. No quarrels, what for? Again, being a civil servant, unless you see something, you won't believe it. I said, very, very good idea, but are you sure you can propagate this? She says, yes. I said, are you sure you can transform people? She says, yes, I can. Well, to be honest with you, I was very skeptical. I didn't quite believe first that it could be done. I said, here in my office, I'm trying to transform some people, my colleagues, are very difficult to transform anybody. How on earth will you transform humanity? Okay, so life went on. Then something began to happen. She began to work on individuals, one person at a time, giving vibrations, she says, in order to awaken something inside. And one by one, people began to change, and I began to see that. But still, I was a little distant. Our philosophy is that each individual is a child of the same Almighty Power, and each person is born with an inherent power inside, which, if awakened, can connect that individual to that Almighty Power. That is our philosophy. It's an ancient philosophy. And second thing is, I repeat, all persons belong to one family. So let us be good people, awaken that power inside, which connects you to the Almighty Power, then you become very different. You become righteous, you become good, you love each other. Don't divide, come together. All right, in theory it sounded extremely well. But I say again, how are you going to do it? Let me see. And then I began to see something, and that was how I got transformed. I was a skeptical person. And some of you are skeptical, I don't blame you, I was myself there. But I began to see things happen. And I'll give you two examples which will show how I got converted. When I was elected as Secretary General of the United Nations Maritime Organization in London, even to live in London, that was 35 years ago, and I took up a residence there, a little outside London. And one day, someone rang up to say he wants to come to me because her reputation had traveled with me, that she was wanting to transform people. Someone rang up to say that he was greatly troubled by drug addiction, and he had heard that this lady can help, so he wants to come and see if it's possible. And he came along, and she sat with him for literally 4 or 5 hours, giving vibrations, as she says. And I was still watching what's happening. And you know, by and by, the fellow was drooping, he began to look up a little, he sat up, and by the end of the day, he seemed to be a changed person. He said, I feel different. I asked him, how do you feel? He said, I feel that the drugs have gone away from me. I haven't given up anything, but the drugs have gone away from me. I said, are you sure? He said, that's how I feel. And his name was Mr. Douglas, I still remember, he's still a Sahadjogi. And he went away from there, went back home, and the next day he was a different man. No drugs in his life. Life had changed. Now, when I saw that, I said, well, if this can happen to this person, it can happen to others. It happened many years later on. Now, what is her philosophy? I come back to it. That we are all children of one Almighty God. Why quarrel? What for? Why should we not live together? And I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you because in Australia I found a wonderful amalgam of values, Occidental values, Oriental values, very decent people. I'm not saying to flatter you, but I have met, my heart is with you. I meet people who are not hurried. You have to talk to them, they give you the right answer, they're there to talk to you nicely, in a very decent way. But people of different backgrounds coming together from different countries, living together happily. Why not? Why can't the whole world be like that? You know, look at the world scene today. Look at what's happening. This disturbance, that disturbance, someone killing A, someone killing B. Are we gone mad? Can the world survive with this kind of thing? It just cannot. You know, the means of destruction was so fierce that heaven forbid if they began to be used, what would happen? Therefore, it is time for us all, whether we are Sahajogis or we are not, for us all to think, where are we? And believe me, what she says works. It is not a dream. It's not just pure idealism. You know, the function today has been organized by Sahajogis. Those who have been serving you are not from the market. They are young Sahajogis. They have done this to serve you. And they think it's a wonderful, it's a great privilege. Now, this is a kind of human transformation that can take place. If it can take place, why should we try? Why shouldn't we do it? That is the plea I want to make to you. And I have spoken to different gatherings in the same light. I said, the world has to come to that, has to think of that. Believe me, there is no alternative. If humanity has to exist, then with weapons of destruction around, it cannot exist if we don't come together. Well, that's her belief, that's my belief. And believe me, it works. The spirit of togetherness works. Now, the UN can succeed only, in my view, by adopting her philosophy. There's no other way. Every human being, whatever is color of skin, whatever language they speak, they're all members of one family. And she has created that. Now I'll tell you something about her. She has gone round for 35 years, running around, single-handed, initially with whatever resources we had. She has been to countries in Latin America, Africa, Asia, Europe, everywhere. There are Sahadja yogis now in 80 countries. She has traveled by plane, by helicopter, by train, and I never forget to mention bus, and even bullock cart in India, walking to villages to carry her message. But I ask you this, I beg of you to consider this. She has done her job. She has created the cells all over the world. Now I beg of you, I appeal to you to just think about it. You don't have to change anything. Just think whether what she is saying, what she is doing is right or not. And if what she is saying, what she is doing is that we are members of one human family, one children of one Almighty God. No matter how we look, how we dress, we have to live together, we have to love each other. If you feel that way, please give it a thought. That's what I wanted to tell you today. And it is, in what words can I thank you for the opportunity you have given to me to explain in a very simple, direct way the kind of thing which this lady has been doing, running around. She has spent herself. You know, she's sitting quiet here. If you see her DVDs, you wish she was a different person. Not a quiet moment. She used to lecture, I'm talking now. She has talked to various audiences all over the world. Very, very, very expressive. But she has really given her life to this. But okay, I now am here with her, trying to keep her going as long as possible, to be of service to her. But I now conclude by once again appealing to you to think about it and do whatever you can to promote this idea if you agree with it. And having done that, I once again thank you for the great honor you have bestowed upon her and myself by being here this evening. And I thank the Sahajoginis of Australia who have provided this occasion for us. Thank you.
Shubha Agam
Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Beautiful family created by her. It's a small token of that love, of your mother's love. Very beautiful family, Sahaj family. Our family. Our family. Thanks. All her daughters.